Hey there, dear listeners. Before we hop into the episode, I just wanted to let you know that right at the end of this one, we're going to have a promo from our friends at the Queer RPG Podcast, a podcast made by queer people for queer people. But until then, on with the show.
Welcome back to Mage Hand High Five. I'm your Dungeon Master, Casey Pappas, and with me, ranked least to most likely to clap when an airplane lands.
I'm concerned for my place in this ranking.
You should be. You know where you are.
You've also not given us the disclaimer that you often give of, it was all close. So
it's not, we all know it's not close.
Least... Rowan McStay.
Hello, my name is Rowan McStay, playing Salome Briar, and that is correct. That will not happen.
Next, Max Weinberg.
Hey, it's Max playing Wyatt Forsyth, and I definitely don't clap, but Wyatt absolutely would.
Yeah. I think you'd clap if it was like an emergency kind of landing. I think you'd give him an applause.
I don't think I would give someone an applause. I would clap that I was happy I survived.
Oh, okay.
I don't clap for people doing their job successfully. They're paid to do that.
Whoa. Not even actors.
Not even
sit-down actors.
Max has never once.
When a play ends, Max sits there stone-faced.
Oh my God.
And Robin Langenhop.
Hi, I'm Robin Langenhop playing Hayden Kincaid, and I'm going to need to sit for a while and think about the energy that I'm bringing out into the world that put me in this position in the ranking.
Robin, do you also clap when movies you like end?
I need to go lie down. If I'm in the movie theater, and like I will not be the only one clapping. Sometimes it's just a really good movie, and I know that no one who made the movie is in the room to enjoy the applause I'm giving. But they deserve it.
What was the last movie you clapped at?
Oh God.
It was yesterday.
Okay, it might have been Cats 2019, but there might have been substances involved.
Robin, I have one question for you.
Give it to me.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Y'all want to play some D&D?
What a strange energy to come into this particular episode with.
And with that...
Y'all ready to die here?
Let's dive right in. Last time on Mage Hand High Five. In the aftermath of the fight with Flint and his goons, Hayden and Salome struggle to recover. Flint reveals that he betrayed Hazak to the Jamesons in exchange for a clean start and money. Hayden saves Jack's life in exchange for the chance to occasionally reach out for help. Salome receives an urgent message from Lila, telling of imminent danger from the Jamesons and a rapidly declining rat. Hayden uses their newfound power to transform into a horse, and the duo rushes back to Twin River with Jack's horn in hand. Along the way, you discover a brutal Jameson war train called the Peacemaker, headed straight for Twin River. You arrive, with Salome going to warn LaMarche and Hayden heading to save Rat. Wyatt Forsyth, a young scholar and cleric of the Eternal Flame, resolves to help Salome, having devoted his break from school to helping people. The Jamesons attack, breaking through Twin River's defenses and leaving Maverick missing in the rubble. When we last left off, the Peacemaker was rolling deeper into Twin River, while Hayden was plunging into the mire of magic inside Rat's mind.
Fun!
Woohoo! Salome.
Yeah.
You are running down one of the main avenues of Twin River. Wyatt is on the other side of this city block, running, you would believe, parallel to you. You don't necessarily know where Wyatt is right now.
All right.
You see in front of you the Peacemaker is rolling along the track into Twin River,
As it rolls along, it is looking for Wyatt. The rotary cannon is looking from side to side. You see it spin up, tearing gashes through storefronts. You see the window of one bad stitch shatter, cutting a beautiful dress to tatters. The cannon sweeps the central square, obliterating empty market stalls before it aims up, ripping through the face of the clock tower of Twin River. The Peacemaker slows as it approaches the center of the bridge, and then suddenly, with a metal crunch, the war train jolts, and you see it stop in place.
Does it look like it did it on purpose?
Up to this point, it has been moving a certain way, and this seems incongruous with how it has moved so far.
Okay.
And you don't believe a train can stop that fast unless something is wrong.
All right. Well, I'm hoping that that's maybe the guards sabotaging the tracks, which would be amazing. But I think I would call over, Wyatt, honey, if you can hear me, keep your head down and meet me behind the train. Get as close to it as you can. That's going to be the best way to avoid getting shot at. And I will try to get as much like in the shadow of this train as I can.
You duck behind the troop car, which is the second car in line behind the engine.
Are there just the two cars?
There are just the two cars. You see men are jumping out of the troop car to investigate what is going on with the engine.
As you move, you look over, and in an alley across the way is the guard captain that you talked to before. She sees you and motions you over.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if the coast is clear, I'll run over to her really quick.
Yeah, you look both ways, you scuttle over.
Yeah, left, right, left.
And as you approach, she says, okay,
The train hit the break in the tracks that our soldiers sabotaged.
Oh, hell yeah. Good for y'all.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked.
yeah, some of the others are meeting in an alley near the town square. Let's head over there.
Yeah, that's great. Also, sorry, ma'am, I didn't catch your name before. Salome.
Oh, Odette.
Are you good?
Hell no, are you?
No.
I'm alive. That's something.
Our field medic is down, but we found someone who might be able to help.
Okay. You got a medic? I mean, I could really use a medic.
Come on.
Wyatt, honey, if you can hear me, we're going to the town square. New plan.
Wyatt, you are at least one street over. There is a turning mill rotary cannon firing in the background. You are unable to hear. You hear shouts in the distance. You do not know who they are. You do not know where they are. It is impossible to hear a single person in this cacophony.
I will say I will not leave without Wyatt. So if I need to look around for Wyatt, I can.
Okay, Wyatt, you are running down one of the parallel streets. You see the Twin River City Square in front of you. You dodged the guys following you last time. They turned around and took cover. You see the city square in front of you. You see a line of bullets race across what you can see of the square, and then up to the clock tower and shatter the face on the clock tower. What do you do?
Oh, cry.
Yeah, that's
Just
actually
weep
so
in the
valid.
street.
That's actually so fair of you.
Wyatt's gonna peek his head around to kind of see into the main alley and just kind of into the main street and just get a lay of what's happening over there.
Okay.
Isn't gonna move in at all. Just take a peek.
Okay. You maneuver down one of the alleys. Roll a luck check. If it is 10 or higher, you walk down the alley that Salome is in.
Oh, nice.
If it is under, it is not.
That's a 17.
Hell yeah,
Ooh.
baby.
You go to check on the train. You turn down an alley to see Salome call out, Wyatt, if you Wyatt, if you can hear me.
Yeah, Wyatt, if you can hear me, new plan. We're going to the town square.
Miss Salome.
Oh, holy hell, kid. Come here. And I think without thinking, Salome grabs Wyatt and hugs him.
Okay.
Sorry, kid. Okay, we're
Second character that doesn't like hugs.
yeah. Salome lets go quickly and is like, sorry, kid. Yeah, no, we found a place over by the town square. We're gonna go over there and regroup. How you doing, darling? You okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of hurt a lot, but
I am so sorry, dear heart. We're gonna get you healed. We're gonna get you squared away. Okay?
You look hurt too. Do you need help?
Don't worry about that. Let's get you taken care of.
Odette turns and says, "We have a field medic." Sort of. We have we had a field medic. He's down. We have another guy who's volunteered.
All right.
He's doing the best he can. He's kind of
a wizard-looking fella.
He's kind of an odd, bald little man. Just come with me.
Yeah, Wyatt, come on over here. I got a friend I want you to meet.
okay, Miss Salome.
You head towards the town square. As you do, Hayden.
Hello.
Your eyes open, but it's as if nothing has changed. All around you is pure darkness. You can't tell whether your eyes are open or closed right now. You're floating in an abyss. Distant voices, whispers, ring at the outer edges of whatever plane this is. And you wonder if this is just how it's going to be forever now. Then, a small shaft of light, blinding at first, and then your eyes adjust. And you see, piercing this darkness is a horn. And from behind the horn, you hear, "Hey, Hayden? You in there?"
I'm not sure what in means, but yes, speaking.
Holy shit. You're out. You're on the ground right now.
Oh, well that's not ideal.
You're in here. Shit. Okay. All right. I think we figured out how this thing works. Sorry, this is Maggie. Hi.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, I'm in an endless void. I'm a little confused.
I just realized you're probably only listening to the timbre of my voice. You probably can't see or understand who's talking to you. So, hi there, dear heart. It's me.
You know, in this state I'm in, it's almost like every voice sounds like the same person.
Oh, well, that's okay. All right, lovely. Okay, so we think we figured out how this thing works. The stone. It replays regrets. The way it suppresses the user is by convincing them that they're the source of evil in their own lives.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna try and tear you out of wherever you are right now, but you're going to have to combat the stone. Because if it wins over Rat, if it's able to convince him that he's worthless, he'll give up the fight, dear heart.
Well, that's dandy. Am I in the stone right now?
Yeah, I would assume so. I'm trying to pry the stone off, but it's taking root.
Yeah, it's deep in there. This is all very bad, but I'm gonna work from in here and we're gonna figure it out. Because that just has to happen.
All right. I'm gonna tear the lid off this thing. And then from there, this is in your hands. I can only do so much. You're sort of at the epicenter of this right now.
Yeah, really, I shouldn't be put in charge of anything at all, but since we're here, let's get crazy.
Okay. Well, hey. You got this. Nobody knows Rat like you do.
That, at least, is true.
All right. On 3, dear heart. 1, 2, 3. The horn rips down, gashing open the abyss, and you come tumbling out into whatever awaits you next. Salome and Wyatt.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
You arrive at the town's square, or just off of it. The alleyway that leads into the town square. The town square looks bad. There are bits and pieces of stalls set up that provide sort of cover, mainly cover from sight. If the rotary cannon sees you, it could tear through that cover.
So I think we just stay out of sight as much as we can.
You come running up. At the entrance to this alley, you see a couple guards laid out, a couple guards standing over them, and a small, balding man is tipping a potion into the mouth of one guard. You see he has a bandolier of glowing potions that he is taking different flasks and vials from. He looks over and he says, "Holy shit, you're alive."
Hey, you just a sight for sore eyes, Professor. Holy hell. Hi. I thought y'all had got out of town.
Charlie wanted to stick around for a little bit, and I figured it was something that would help them.
Smart kid. Sorry y'all had to stick around for this, but God, am I glad to see you. This is Wyatt. He's a friend.
Who's this bald guy?
All right. Great.
This is Professor Portens. Sorry about that.
Hi, I'm Wyatt.
Wyatt, where's Hayden? Where's Stump?
Hayden's down helping their friends at the infirmary with my aunts. They made it out of Blackthorn Hollow.
Oh, God, they're here.
Yeah. It's fine, honey. I put in a good word for you. Listen.
I felt a darkness over the city, and it wasn't just the Jamesons.
You know what? At least I'll let that slide for the amount of times you saved my life, Professor. Okay. Stump, long story, but at least for now, we lost him.
Oh. Damn.
We'll pour one out for him later. We gotta move.
Right. Charlie is grabbing the rest of my potions.
Great. All right, because I look like hell.
Well, I've got something. He tosses you a potion. It is a potion of superior healing.
Ooh. Oh.
This is a new one.
Look at you. You've been...
It works. It works. Before you say anything.
All right, I'm going to take your word on that. Wyatt, honey, how you looking? You need this first?
Doesn't look like I need it as bad as you do, but...
What are you at health-wise?
19 out of 59.
Okay, I'm at 5 out of 73.
Yeah, no, you need it.
All right, honey, if you're sure, we'll get you healed up too, okay?
Okay.
Charlie will be here with a few more here in a bit. So if you can just sit tight, we'll get you all squared away.
Ooh, I rolled really well on those. That's 29.
There we go.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, God, that helped a lot. Thank you so much, Professor. Also, Casey.
Yeah.
I need to know if the Bastion dies, because I will get HP back if he dies.
The Bastion has not died.
Okay.
That just
I
makes
hate
us
that.
all more concerned.
That makes me worried for Philomena, but okay, cool.
I will let you know if the Bastion dies.
Okay, thank you so much.
Unrelated to that, I need to roll something.
God, okay. Well, I look at Odette and Wyatt and Portens and say, all right, y'all, so what's the plan here? I mean, I think we ought to try to take out the train if we can. Wyatt, they seem hell-bent on trying to hit you, and I've got a little tiny bit of magic left in me, and I think I can maybe stop them from doing it. Only catch to that is that you would have to not attack anybody. You just have to go after the train and help keep people alive. But if that sounds good to you, I can try to protect you.
I mean, I'll never say no to being protected.
Both of you roll intelligence.
Sure.
Great.
I will have Captain Odette also roll intelligence.
I think we collectively have a -2 to intelligence.
Cool.
That's a nat 1. I'm just exhausted at this point.
That's an 8 for Wyatt.
Okay.
For anyone who's counting, that's a -1 for Salome.
Salome, with a -1, you're like, this train's fucking crazy. Like, it has no weak points. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Wyatt, with an 8, you believe this train is definitely impervious from the outside. Odette rolled a 15.
Okay.
So she looks at you, Salome, and says, fire. That's what you told the Bastions, right? That we would burn Twin River if we needed to.
Yeah, we overheard them talking and they said they needed the bridge.
And you, she points at you, Wyatt, you can You can make fire happen. The words aren't coming. It's kind of a stressful situation.
Yeah, and I just make like a little fireball in my hand.
Okay, great. I think I know what we can do. We need to destroy the safety valve on the train and then overheat the boiler and cause a boiler failure.
Will that stop the train?
That will blow up the train.
Oh. Does that blow up the city with it?
A boiler failure is catastrophic. It will destroy the train entirely. It might destroy some of the buildings surrounding it, but it will not, I don't think, destroy Twin River.
You reckon we could have some people at the ready to put out the fires?
I don't think it will cause a fire. I think it will splash boiling hot water and throw debris, but it shouldn't start a fire.
Okay. So in order to do this, does somebody have to be on the train?
You would have to be inside the train to overheat the boiler.
Do you think there'll be enough time to do it and get out?
I think so. The pressure is going to have to build and build and build. You're going to have to evaporate the water in the main tanks of the engine. That is going to take a little bit of time. You're going to have to superheat it until that pressure builds. Sorry, I kind of have a special interest in trains.
Oh, and thank the gods you do. Well, hell, Captain, seems like the best idea we have. Let's give it a shot.
There's also one other small hitch in the plan. The safety valve is on top of the engine.
By the gun.
By the gun. You pause, and then you hear a voice say, I think I can help with that.
Whomst?
Coming up behind, coming up from the alley, arms full of healing potions, is Charlie.
Charlie, dear heart, it's good to see you, but there's no way in hell we're letting you on top of that train.
Horton says, absolutely not. And Charlie says, let me help. Please. The last week or two in Twin River, they look at Portons and then they say, I've really felt at home. If y'all are putting your lives on the line and I'm just sitting by, that doesn't sit right with me. I can do this. I will do this.
Salome thinks about where Professor Portons said that he found Charlie alone in a company town after an uprising that didn't go well. And she looks at Charlie and says, Charlie, honey, in the town you grew up in, did you get to help in that fight?
I was a kid. I didn't really know what was happening.
Yeah. Professor, it's y'all's choice, of course, but Charlie does belong to the Badlands as much as anybody else.
You see tears begin to form in Portons' eyes. He looks at Charlie and he says, I can't let you go. And Charlie says, had to happen one day. Porton sighs and says, son of a bitch. Fine. Oh, the universe is telling me to just let go of the reins. Because people are going to do what people are going to do, what people are going to do, And Charlie holds their hands and says, I'll be okay. And Portons turns to y'all and says, well, let's get a plan.
Yeah.
Before we plan this, let's cut back to Hayden.
Hey, that's me.
Hayden, you are tumbling through the open air, and then you land on 2 feet. It is a bizarre sensation of falling and then suddenly stopping, but you're not hurt. In fact, you are standing at the entrance to the Piper's Den. To your right is the ladder leading down into the den, and to the left, the tunnel that leads off. And as you're standing there, you see a boy lowering himself down the ladder as quietly as he can. As he hits the bottom, he begins to turn and creep his way in, and you see that it's Rat. Rat starts walking, and then someone steps out of the shadows, and it is Winona, arms crossed. Rat freezes, and then breaks out into a happy-go-lucky grin, and says, "Hey, Winona, I was just wondering where you were. This ladder's getting real creaky. You know what they say, a ladder that creaks is it." And Winona stops him and says, "Where have you been, Rat?" Winona's voice is cold. Hayden, you've only noticed this a couple times before. And it is serious. Rat sighs. And Winona says, "Did you bite off more than you could chew?" And as this happens, Hayden, you realize that you can feel everything that Rat is feeling. Your stomach begins to roil. You feel almost sick. And you hear thoughts saying, "You could lie. You could lie right now and say that everything is fine." But Rat nods. "How bad, Rat?" Rat says, "I think I saw something. Black cloaks, a book, some blonde guy. I don't know if I caught everything they were saying, but I saw..." "What? What did you see?" They ganked an old guy." Winona says, "Oh my God. I got out. Nobody saw me, I swear." Winona turns. "We'll talk about this tomorrow. Just us. We can't freak anybody else out about this unless we know how bad it is." And as Winona begins to walk off, Rat repeats over and over under his breath, "A piper's a piper no matter what. A piper's a piper no matter what." And as this is happening, you see a figure looming over Rat. It too looks like Rat, but it's wrong. Its proportions are weird. It's too tall. It stands about 6 or 7 feet tall. It hunches over Rat's head, staring down at him, and its face is miserable. And it says, "You did this to them. You failed them as a thief. You failed them as a leader. They let you stay, and you infected them." Roll initiative.
Oh, okay. I don't have any of my dice ready. That's an 18.
How this is going to work. I'm going to set up a series of scenes from within Rat's memory. And in each one, the stone is going to try to attack Rat. For each memory where you can dissipate that phantom before it defeats Rat, I will lower the final check to save him by 3. Because Maggie is helping you, I'll allow her to give you advantage on one roll of your choice.
I imagine that starting check is real bad.
That starting check is almost impossible.
Do I still have the exhaustion and lost spell slots that I did going into this?
Your exhaustion is gone.
Okay.
Your spell slots are the same.
I can deal with that.
You see this shadow rat reach a hand up, and in it is a knife. A knife with what you can barely see is a red pommel with a yellow tassel. You go first.
I think before I make any attempt to attack, I'd say, Rat, I gotta know. What was gonna be the end of your statement before Winona jumped in there? A ladder that creaks. I thought there was gonna be a solid pun in there. I was hoping for squeaks to keep the rat thing going. You know how I like the rat thing.
You say that, and Rat, in this memory, cocks his head, sort of looks around, and then you attack the shadow.
Kill it.
19.
That hits. Roll damage.
5.
Oh, God.
With a 5, you cut into it. How do you attack it?
I'm going to pull out Glitter Baby and have them transform into a bolt to fire out of the crossbow.
Okay.
That's cool.
Whoa. Okay.
I need that emotional connection. I need to use the connections I have to break through the rat.
Ooh.
That's clever.
All right. You know what? I will allow you to add 5 damage
Okay.
to your roll for finding a way to create an emotional connection.
All right. That brings it to 10 then.
You fire Glitter Baby. Glitter Baby,
With consent.
yeah. You lock Glitter Baby into the crossbow, and somehow you know Glitter Baby is ecstatic to do this.
Let's go.
Glitter Baby is full of violence.
I am
If
the
you could
door.
talk to Glitter Baby would be like, somebody's gonna die tonight.
God.
And you fire it. It?
I think I've been using it or them.
Okay. You fire it. It strikes into the chest of the shadow. The shadow. This crossbow bolt hits, and then Glitter Baby's tendrils begin to stretch out and try and wrap around the shadow's torso. On the shadow's turn, it is going to attack Rat. It swings the dagger up and brings it down on Rat. And instead of flinching from physical pain, you see Rat sink deeper into depression. And the shadow says, "You're nothing. You've always been nothing. And I have so much evidence to show you." Hayden, roll another attack throw.
That is 25.
There you go.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
That's Hayden.
God, I'm glad Hayden's having a solo fight.
7 damage. Not counting the 5 from Glitter Baby, which I assume I can't just keep firing more Glitter Babies.
Well, Glitter Baby's already doing its thing.
Exponential Glitter
You have to
Babies.
notch a different crossbow bolt to do this.
Yeah.
So that's
I don't have
that's
a
7
collection
damage.
of baby mimics.
The shadow starts to recoil as if it's bloodied.
You know what? I should have 2 attacks per action.
Yeah, there you go.
Go to town.
That's 26 to hit.
Yeah,
That hits.
there it is. Uh-huh.
9 damage.
Ooh. The shadow is really weak. It starts to fade, and its voice begins to disappear as it does. It rolls an attack. It brings it down on Rat, another knife to the back of Rat's head. And it says, "What kind of leader are you? You leap before you look, and you get everyone around you killed over and over."
I'm standing right here. I haven't gone anywhere.
You say this, and as you ready another attack, you hear Rat say, "Is like a dam that leaks." Roll another attack.
That's a 16.
That hits. Roll
Okay.
damage.
All right.
6 damage.
You fire one more crossbow bolt, and this horrid version of Rat disappears. And you get the sense that it is not gone. It is just gone from here. And then, as Rat picks himself back up and strides off after Winona, you are falling again. And you land face to face with yourself. Salome and Wyatt. You are in this alley, and Odette says, "Okay, Charlie's taking out the safety valve. We need to take the heat off of Charlie while that's happening.
Wyatt's going to heat up the boiler.
Wyatt's going to heat up the boiler. We need distractions happening."
I'd like to not get anybody killed over a distraction. I mean, I understand the need for it, but if anybody, I think it ought to be me or you.
Portens also straightens up and says, I can too. Listen, I've got some dazzle still left in me. You might not believe it.
Oh, you know I believe it, honey.
I believe this one's the big show.
Might as well go out with a bang, am I right?
Portens fingers a particular potion, pulls it up and says, going out with a bang is this little one's specialty.
Captain, did you see how many people were on the train?
I didn't, but there are rifle ports along the side of the train with rifle barrels sticking out. So I know there are a handful of people inside.
All right, well, then Wyatt shouldn't be going in alone. Captain, if you and the professor want to be outside, I can go ahead and go inside with him.
I know I'm the youngest, but I think I have an idea.
No, darling.
Wyatt raises his hand.
Go for it.
So I'll cast Shield of Faith on Professor Mr. Portens. So as he's running around, he gets a little bit more armor. Then
Make him harder to hit. I like that.
And then if you want to cast the spell that can keep me protected right after I blast the train with a fireball.
Yeah, honey, I think I can do that for you.
And then you and me can run in there. And when I'm in there, I can cast another one to make a sphere of fire stay in one spot.
In the boiler?
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Well, listen, hey, y'all create a distraction and then please, for the love of everything, get the hell out of there as fast as you can. All right, I don't want y'all dying for this.
But can I have one of those potions before we head out?
Charlie tosses you a potion and says, oh, hi, I'm Charlie.
Oh, hi, I'm Wyatt.
Good to meet you.
Hi.
It's going to be a cute little friendship.
What kind of potion is this?
It is a greater potion of healing.
That heals me for 13.
Charlie, dear heart, how many of those you got?
I don't have a lot. We weren't able to make a new batch. I have 2 more, but they are regular potions of healing.
All right, well, that's okay. Wyatt, you got healing spells?
Yeah. I got plenty of magic left, even after the plan.
How are Odette and Portens looking, health-wise?
They're not looking too bad.
Okay.
Portens doesn't have a ton going for him to begin with, but Odette is a seasoned warrior.
Charlie, why don't you take one and we'll take one? If Wyatt goes down, I'll bring Wyatt up with it. If you start to get hurt, take one. You understand?
Okay.
But the potions we have left should be for Wyatt and Charlie. Agreed? And I kind of look at the other two, honestly, the other adults in this circle, knowing that these 2 kids are about to go into the fray here.
Well, the future's in the hands of the children, they say.
And what capable hands they are. And I think at this point, Salome produces in her hands a collection of wild roses native to the Badlands and will hand out a wild rose to everyone here, kind of tucking one into the feathers around Charlie's head and handing a rose to Wyatt.
Wyatt puts it kind of into his rat tail that's a little braided.
Oh my God, not a rat tail.
Wyatt has a rat tail?
and-
Trying to think of what the growth.
God, I will ready an action to cast Sanctuary immediately after Wyatt has cast a fireball and blown some people up.
I thought you were going to ready an action to cut the rat tail off.
Great.
All right, y'all. Charlie, honey, you ready?
Ready. Charlie takes off, and Odette turns to Portens and says, all right, Professor, you're with me. We're going to go across to the other side. We're going to try and draw their fire. You 2 move in once I give the signal.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, as Wyatt casts Shield of Faith on Portens, he almost becomes engulfed in this like little fiery shroud all around him. So as if there's just like, it's not hot and it doesn't hurt.
Whoa.
But it's just this little, looks like he's kind of like a mini version of the Human Torch.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
I like that.
All right. That's cool.
That's a good look for you, Professor.
If I may say so, Professor Mr. Portens, you look hot. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay. Odette and Portens turn and gradually sneak their way across the city square, ducking behind market stalls as they go. Odette feels like she was trained to do this. She is gracefully rolling behind the next stall, planting her back against it, ready for a fight. Portens is trying. You can see him trying to emulate Odette, but he's stumbling. He's landing roughly. It's not enough to put him in danger yet, but it's very much an untrained civilian trying to perform combat maneuvers.
Gods, I worry about that, man. All right.
Odette and Portens get behind two separate market stalls. Odette pulls out a revolver. Portens readies a potion. Odette turns to you, holds up a hand, and then points to the train. And then everything happens at once. Hayden, you are face to face with yourself, but this self is much younger. You look to be about the age you were when you first joined the Pipers. This other version of you and Rat are deep in conversation, and you feel the feelings that Rat is going through. Hayden, you ascended pretty quickly through the ranks of the Pipers. Your abilities, unbeknownst to all but one, allowed you to pull off feats of thievery and mischief unimagined by the others. And at times you even surpassed Rat. And now you feel something you may not have known was there. You feel rising in Rat's gut jealousy. This new kid comes in, and their fingers fly like magic. Like real, unattainable magic. And looming over Rat is another phantom. This one's teeth are razor sharp, and it already has hands on Rat's shoulders. And it says, "You're useless. This new kid can run circles around you. They're so much better suited for this group than you ever will be." Hayden, roll initiative against this phantom.
23.
You go first.
I may not be the stranger anymore, but I am still a quick draw.
Yeah, baby.
I'm going to bonus action, Misty Step, putting my body between the spirit and Rat.
Okay.
And I say, the only reason I was any good at any of this is because I just wanted to impress my best friend. So you back the fuck off before you try to rewrite memories. And I fire up into its face.
Roll an attack throw.
Well, the first one is a 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
Didn't think so. But the second is a 21.
That hits. Roll some
All right,
damage.
Come on, Hayden.
Do I have Glitter Baby back?
You do.
Okay, good.
I will allow you. I will allow you.
realized during the break that I was like, did I just leave my sweet little Glitter Baby?
No, Glitter Baby's with you. I'll let you use it one time per combat.
Okay, that's great.
In this scenario,
That's a 14.
you fire 14 damage, and Glitter Baby wraps itself again around this phantom. This one makes eye contact with you, but it continues to talk to Rat, and it says, "This new one wanted to impress you so deeply, and yet didn't trust you, and yet hid themselves from you. They didn't hide themselves from Winona." And they slash at Rat and crit. On their turn, they strafe you, which puts them back into melee reach of Rat, and rake claws down his back. This hurts. Rat. Rat looks confused. Rat looks scared. And the Phantom does this to Rat, all the while maintaining eye contact with you. They trusted Winona. They loved Winona. They don't trust you. Why would they?
I reach out for Rat's hand. I don't imagine he would take it, but I'm not going to take his hand without him reaching out back to me. And I just say, "You wanted me to trust you? Well, I'm trusting you now. I just jumped into the shit with you to get you out, all right? Look, I've made some new friends since the last time we talked. They do not replace you, but they can lend a hand. Let me show you one of them." And Daisy the Diardillo rolls in.
Daisy! Oh, my love.
She gives 7 temp HP and advantage on strength checks and saves.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
that's so good. Okay.
Ooh. Daisy comes rolling in and is like,
Oh, sniffly little man.
Hey there, big boy. And then I fire. 16 to hit,
that hits. Roll damage.
Nice.
9 damage, and I attack again.
Ooh, okay.
And that's a 25.
Come on, Hayden.
That hits. Go to town.
And that's another 10.
This shadow is starting to look bad. And it says, they say these things, but they weren't there. They weren't there to save you. They weren't there to save the Pipers. They were somewhere else. And next time, when you're in danger, who's to say they won't be somewhere else again? If it came down to you and them, well, my money's on them. Again, they rake their claws down Rat's back, and Rat looks bad. Rat looks like he could crumble on the next hit.
You know what? The thing's right. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. And the Pipers got taken out. And you know whose fault that is? Mine. It's the biggest mistake of my entire life. And this thing is trying to twist things around, make it seem like it's all your fault that I wasn't around. You counted on me and I let you down. But I'm here now. And I'm gonna shoot this fucking thing in the face a few more times until you understand that I'm here.
Do it.
17.
That hits.
And you know what I'm gonna do now that I should have done long ago? I'm marking this shadow as a favored foe, which gets me an extra D6 on every hit.
Ooh, okay.
There you go. All right.
And that's a maximum damage
Yes!
for 16 damage.
All right.
Okay,
Come on.
yeah.
The shadow begins to dissipate. Rat looks up as if hearing these words that you are saying. And Rat says, "It's my fault. It's my fault. It can't be your fault. It's my fault."
Hey, we can have a pity party together. I'll bring drinks.
The shadow is struggling to hold itself together. Do you have one more attack?
I do indeed.
Go for it.
It's only a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
Yep, let's do this. Bonus action attack. It's a 13 again.
Oh.
That does not hit.
Wait, Maggie gave me an inspiration, right?
She
Maggie
gave you
did give an
advantage
inspiration.
on.
She did. She gave you advantage on one roll.
I need it now. I need
Yeah.
so the rat doesn't get taken out.
Okay.
That's better. That's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Thanks, Mags. 9 damage.
Oh, you fire through this shadow, and as it dissipates, Rat says, "I always wanted to know what beer tastes like." But you're buying.
Honestly, kind of gross. We can get better than that.
Okay. And as you say that, you are falling once more. And this is the biggest fall of all. Salome and Wyatt, you rush out as Odette comes above where she's hiding and begins firing on the unsuspecting Jameson men who are still inspecting the guiding wheels. Portens jumps up and throws a potion. It smashes into the side of the Peacemaker and flames begin to spread along its side. The men turn and begin firing back. The rotary cannon begins to swing around towards them. And as it does, you see Charlie land atop the engine, a hammer in their hand.
All right, kids, you ready?
There's like a glint of excitement in Wyatt. He's never really done anything like this with like making an action plan, and it's exactly like the like heroes he looks up to. So he's so
Like
excited about
Dynamo
this particular. Absolutely like Dynamo Tex. He's as excited as I am to roll these 8 dice. So
Yeah. All right, kids, you got this. Hey, it's a little different than in the pictures, but just do me a favor and don't die, would you?
I'll do my best.
Yeah, I kind of, I like your energy. Come on, let's get out of here.
Y'all run up to the train. The troop car door is open, and you see a few Jameson men retreating back to the troop car as you approach.
And Wyatt casts Fireball.
Yes, there it is. What level are you casting it at?
I'm casting it at just the 3rd level because I'm going to save a big healing spell in case I need it.
That makes sense.
While I'm adding this up, Casey, everybody that gets hit by it has to make a dex save. DC 16.
Okay. I'm going to roll a d4 to see how many men are in the crossfire of this. I will say there are 8 Jameson men at the engine right now, and 4 of them were returning to the troop car.
As well as on if the off chance any of them have resistance to fire, they don't.
They didn't anyway.
Nice.
These guys are not devotees of the flame.
That's 33 damage
Yeah, it is.
and 16 if they pass their saves.
Wow. Okay. 3 of them fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
You
As he just
you
runs in after.
You scream. A fireball erupts from your finger gun as you. It is incredible. Wyatt, you have never felt like this in your life.
I'm so alive!
Good for
It
you, kid.
consumes everything in its path, destroying market stalls, taking out entirely 3 of the 4 men who were running back to the troop car. It lands in the troop car and boom, explodes. The troop car rocks backward on its rails. And even the Peacemaker engine moves a fraction as this fireball rocks its trailing car.
I'm going to have to do that more often.
Yeah, you are, kid. As soon as Wyatt does that with my bonus action, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Wyatt. So the deal with that is that people are going to have to roll a wisdom save in order to attack Wyatt or choose a new target or lose the attack or spell.
Okay.
This will end if Wyatt basically does anything, casts any kind of spell that will affect the enemy.
Okay.
But he's good to attack the train and to do heals. So at this point, Wyatt is warded with that.
Okay.
Casey, are we getting a surprise round here?
This is a surprise round. You get your attack, and then we'll roll initiative.
Perfect. So I'll come out of hiding, position myself in front of Wyatt, say, "Howdy there, boys. We told you we weren't afraid to burn down the damn city." Now you want to be on this bridge or off? And I walk up to the remaining guard and attack him with advantage, I guess, with a melee attack. Or 2, actually.
Okay.
Bless is gone because it has been more than a minute.
Okay.
That's 2 19s on the die, baby. So that is 2 28s to hit.
Dang. Yeah, go to town.
26 damage.
He drops. He's down.
I think Briar's come up around my sword and I slash him across the throat. Like, there is no keeping people alive right now.
Yeah, you just brutally end this guy. And you both rush forward, and I need you both to roll initiative.
15.
19.
Hell yeah.
For Wyatt. I'm glad I gave myself a +1 instead of a 0 to Dex.
Yeah, good for you. I have a +1 now too. Oh, actually, I do have a +1. So, 16.
Okay, great. Wyatt, you are first in the initiative.
So there's nobody between me and the train right now.
Not as far as you can tell.
Great. I'm going to just run to the train.
Okay.
Anyone in the train?
Not in this car. You see a couple people slumped over, just having expired from the fireball.
Oh my God.
Can't.
Big passed away.
Yeah, they
They have passed away.
Would you like me to eulogize them?
Not right now, kid. We'll take care of it later.
Oh, okay.
You jump into the car. There are seats where these soldiers would sit while they're not in combat. There are bunks down towards the end of the car. To your left, towards the engine, there is a door.
Can I make a perception check to try to hear or figure out how many people are in the other room?
You can.
I'm okay with that being my action also, because I don't really have anything else to do this turn.
You can. Make a perception check.
19.
With a 19, you do hear rifle sounds coming from the other side, and you do remember that there are rifle ports in the side of the engine.
Okay. I'm going to kind of look at Salome and go, there's more people in there.
Yeah, no shit, kid. I got your back.
Okay. As I run past Salome also to get to the car, I'm going to use a bonus action help from my hobgoblin ability.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it lets me use help as a bonus action and also lets me give little boosts. So as I run past Salome, Wyatt puts his hand on Salome's shoulder and she feels just a warmth of relaxation, and that's giving her the bonus action help to limber up her arm so she'll have advantage on her next attack. And it also lets me use hospitality, which will mean I give her 1d6 plus 3 of temp HP.
Ooh, thank you, darling. You gonna roll it or am I?
Ooh, that's 7.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Oh.
Honey, you said you're from Northern Threed? You sure?
Yeah, it's where I grew up.
Huh. Well, there's hope for you yet. Thanks, kid.
No problem, Miss Salome. And then I run to the car and do the rest of that.
Great. Next in the order is Charlie.
Come on, kid.
Charlie lands atop the engine. They swing the hammer down. You hear a loud clatter, and then they begin to fly away, and their foot gets caught. They flap their wings. They are stuck and need to make a strength check to get loose. The next turn is the rotary cannon. It opens fire on where Odette is. And it begins to fire on Odette. Since she is out of cover and it's not her turn, she can't duck in time, and several bullets hit her.
Okay.
Then it hears the clang of the safety valve, and it begins turning to face Charlie.
No.
Coming in next is Portens. Portens sees the turning mill begin to turn on Charlie. He sees Odette begin to fall, and he rushes out from behind his hiding spot, waving his arms, and he throws a potion at the rotary cannon. That's a crit.
Yes! Yes, Portens. You love to see it. It's that dad rage. It's the dad save.
Dad rage.
It's the dad rage. It hits the armor shielding atop the rotary cannon. A concussive blast hits the cannon, and it's going to take some damage.
All right, come on.
That is Porten's turn. He is desperately trying to attract the attention of the turning mill. Salome, it is your turn.
All right, Wyatt, things have changed a little bit. I need to go help Charlie. You still got that spell on you, so you should be okay. But I'm gonna go help the kid. Okay?
Okay, Miss Salome.
Well, the other kid. The kid too. God, too many damn kids. Salome walks out of
That seems pointed.
No, just a lot of people to think about protecting, darling. I'm just worried about all you.
We'll be okay.
Can I get up to Charlie this turn?
Yes.
Great.
There are handrails on the side of the Peacemaker that you can jump up onto the top. These were the ones that were being used originally when the mechanics were bolting the buzzsaws into place.
Perfect. Okay. I climb up to Charlie and say, okay, hey, honey, we're going to get you out of here. Okay, come on. Good job knocking that safety valve off, by the way. Good job.
They say, oh, thanks. Yeah.
I'm going to do, is it a strength check or is it a, can I make an attack instead of a strength check on whatever's holding Charlie back?
You can. Their foot is caught between the steam valve, the safety valve, and the armor plating to the side of it. Mm-hmm. When they swung down, their foot slipped and got caught between the two.
Okay, so I'm going to make an attack on the plating to try to dent it so Charlie's got room to get their foot out, and I'm going to use the advantage from Wyatt.
Are you attacking the steam valve or are you attacking the armor plating?
Whichever one looks weaker.
The steam valve.
Then the steam valve.
Okay, great.
Ooh, that is another 19 on the die, so that is another 28 to hit.
Ooh,
Yes.
that
Salome's
hits.
big day.
Yeah. Is 13 damage enough to do it?
You are able to batter it down. It jams even further into the top of the steam engine and releases Charlie's foot.
Great. All right, so I'm going to take my second attack on the rotary cannon then.
Okay, great.
That's another 19, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Well, it was bound to happen at some point.
I have only rolled 19s. That's crazy. Okay.
Salome's coming into her own.
I know. That's a 15 damage.
Yeah. You... How do you hit the rotary cannon?
You know what? I think about the plans and schematics and shit like that were always like lying around the house, and I feel like I'm looking at like riveting. I'm looking at things that are weak points in weapons, joints, rivets, anything that is like anything that holds anything else together.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to draw whatever knowledge I have of weapons to hit them in their weakest spot.
You see that there is a point where the armor plating surrounding the rotary cannon is riveted together. You stab your sword between them and begin to pry up one of the armor plates.
All right, Charlie, get out of here, darling.
Great. Charlie will do that on their next turn. Anything else, Salome?
Can I, if I just roll off of the train and just hit the ground, I can take a little bit of falling damage about it. Can I get out of the way of the cannon?
Yes.
Then I'm going to do that.
You'll take, 4 points of falling damage.
Well, that just cuts into the temp HP.
Okay, perfect.
Hospitality.
Thank you, darling.
On Odette's turn. Odette is still up. She is hanging in there. She is going to make some attacks. Whoa, that's another crit.
Hey.
Holy cow, what is happening? Odette picks off one of the Jameson men, and then fires a bolt or two into the other, and then takes cover behind one of the other market stalls. That is top of the order, so let's go over to Hayden. Hayden, you land... You're on a dock in East Threed. The sunrise is in the distance. It is early, early morning. You look around. You don't recognize anyone. And then rounding a corner, younger than you have ever seen him, is Rat. Rat is about 8 at this point. He's accompanying a large sailor to the dock. And Rat is carrying a large bag, as if he were a squire to a knight. The sailor spares him no glances as they walk. Rat, true to Rat's nature, shoots his mouth off, continually talking as if trying to fill the void between them. And you hear a voice stronger than you have before say, "If you were good enough, he would have stayed." And you see the shadow, taller than it's ever been, 12 feet tall now, looming over this child. Roll initiative.
14.
You ready your crossbow, but before you can, the shadow leans down and takes a bite into Rat's neck. And you see this child become crestfallen. Roll an attack.
Is the damage to Rat cumulative?
No.
Is this a fresh rat, or is this a worse for wear rat?
Fresh rat.
Rat regains a little bit of health every time.
Gotcha.
So he's not bad, but he's not good.
He's not a completely fresh rat.
And we're not past the best use by date.
Yeah,
But
he's a
dunk him in
little
the
bit of a
ocean.
rancid. He's a little bit of a rancid rat. He's a wet rat, if you will.
So you...
I was gonna say that.
So, as I'm loading Glitter Baby into the crossbow, I say to Rat, "Buddy, we've been through this before. If he was better, he would have stayed. You got the better. You got us." And that's a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
God,
Glitter Baby, no!
Devastating.
Disappears into the edges of this memory.
That's better. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
And I'm assuming this is the same shade, so my favorite foe still applies.
It is the same shade. Mm-hmm. However, it looks stronger than ever.
I'm sure it does. That is 12 damage,
Ooh, okay.
and I will bonus action fire one more time.
Cool.
25 to hit.
That hits. Roll some damage.
8.
You shoot into the shade, and it's hurt, but it's looking okay still.
Is Daisy still here with me?
Daisy is still here with you.
Okay, good.
As Rat and this sailor round the corner to the dock, a large ship looms. Its name, the Monarch Beyond the Sea. Rat is filled with a deep, complex mixture of emotion. His foot catches on a loose board. He staggers beneath the weight of the bag and falls, spilling its contents onto the dock. Clothes, a smoking pipe and tobacco, pictures of a beautiful, dark-haired woman, all fall onto the dock. As Rat scrambles to collect the items, the sailor whirls on him, grabbing him and roughly shoving him down. Sailors at the end of the dock stop and stare. A deep warmth floods Rat's face, evening out the icy vice that grips his stomach. And again, the shadow says, "It's your fault he's gone. It's your fault they're all gone. And all you have is me." And it sinks its teeth into Rat again. Jumping back over to Salome and Wyatt. Wyatt, it is your turn in the initiative.
I'm gonna walk over to the door and open it and see how many guys are inside.
Just open it. There's like 12 guys in there, and then just close it.
You open the door. There are 4 riflemen with their rifles pointed into the ports. In the distance, you see a what is called in the train industry a fireman and an engineer.
The fireman is doing his job. He's stoking the fire to make sure that it doesn't go out, but also that it doesn't get too hot. The engineer is at a small hole in the side of the train calling,
What's going on out there? Hey, we're not moving. I can't move this train.
As you open the door, all 4 riflemen stop shooting and look over at you like, who the fuck are you?
How big is this room?
It is about, from this end to the far end, it's probably about 60 feet. It's a big train.
Oh,
It's a big train.
how bunched up are these people?
God damn it. Got a sanctuary for nothing.
Yeah.
These 4 are in a line about 5 feet apart each, so making up the first 20 feet.
Yeah. Sorry, Salome.
God damn it.
Wyatt has gotten this absolute rush from blasting that first fireball into a crowd of meanies, and he's gonna do it again. But he's gonna place the fireball so it obviously doesn't hit him in this room, so it hits the 4 gunmen
Okay.
in front of me.
Oh, Lord. Salome feels sanctuary fizzle out from outside the train and goes, that damn kid cast fireball again, I swear to God.
And yeah, everyone make a dex save as a fireball erupts from his hand.
God.
Jesus H. Christ.
Yes.
2 save, 2 fail. I'll say the 2 far ones saved, the 2 closer ones failed.
That's going to be 31 damage and have to 15.
That's damn near what it was last time. I love it.
Okay.
So I did roll 2 1s, actually, but because I have the elemental adept feat for fire, any roll of 1 on a damage die from a fire spell becomes a 2.
Okay.
Very nice.
Cool. The blast boom echoes through this room. You hear screams.
Yep, there it is. There's the fireball.
You see it juts out the fire explodes out the rifle holes.
It does.
Yeah, he's a 15-year-old boy. I don't know why the hell I expected him not to do that.
Whoa!
Yeah, there it is.
When the fireball clears, the 2 nearest riflemen are gone. Their rifles drop to the ground. The 2 farther ones are still there, and they go, fuck!
Language! So after I blow them all up, Wyatt then runs back outside so he can get a view of everybody.
Okay.
Hi, Wyatt. You cast fireball again, didn't you?
It was so fun.
Yeah, I'll bet it was.
Great. Charlie disappears and is in the sky somewhere. It is the turning mill's turn. The turning mill sweeps back around and identifies the first target that it can see, which is Portents. And it is going to attack.
I see that happen, and I use my warding flare ability to, right in front of the scope that someone's using to aim this, and
Sure.
blast a little light to give them disadvantage.
Okay.
As well as Portents has a +2 to AC from Shield of Faith.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. You see it wheel its way around. As it does, Wyatt, you release a jet of flame from your hand. It passes in front of the viewport. The bullets spray. You see the ground around Portents, and it misses.
Yes. Old man, get the hell out of there.
I did it!
You sure did, kid.
I don't think Wyatt understands the severity of the situation.
Not at all. Salome's like, honey, people are dying, right? You know what? Never mind. We'll talk about it later.
Portents turns and ducks behind cover. Salome, it is your turn.
Okay. I mean, the tides have turned. I feel like things are looking pretty good. Hell yeah. I just walked back into the train.
Cool.
I walk into the engine of the train. Can I see, is there a visible boiler situation happening?
It is at the far end of the room, 60 feet away. The fireman and the engineer are on either side of it. They are both staring at the door now as you open it.
Oh,
Like, everyone in the room is looking because a guy just walked in here and shot a fireball.
great. Okay. I'm going to walk into the room, pick up a rifle from the
Pile of ash.
from one of the dead people on the floor and look at it just quickly and go, "Oh, this is one of those new models, isn't it? That's nice. How are these working for you?" And then drop it and attack one of the guards.
Okay, go for it.
27.
That hits. Roll some damage.
All right. That's 11.
Okay.
Oh, and the next one's a nat 1, so that one doesn't hit.
Okay. He is... he's barely hanging in there.
You can get the hell out of here if you want.
Wyatt, you are outside of the train. You are surveying the battlefield. You see a couple of Jameson boys alongside the train. You see Odette coming up from behind her hiding position to fire again. And then you see from the alley a javelin
No, Casey, no.
run her through. On a nat 20 to hit. She falls dead.
Like dead?
Dead. And coming from the alley is the Bastion.
Shit.
He walks out, tips up his helmet, and pops a healing potion. Smashes it on the ground and says, "You want to play? Let's play." Odette cannot take her turn. Hayden. The sailor has finished stuffing the bag. He picks it up and then roughly shoves it into Rat's arms. "Get up." Rat stumbles to his feet, finishes carrying the bag to the end of the dock. The sailor takes it from him and then sizes him up for a moment. He reaches down, pulls from his holster a small pocket knife, tosses it, grabs it by the blade, and hands it to Rat. Red pommel, yellow tassel at the hilt. And the sailor says, "Mind the house." Rat watches the ship take his father away forever. In a few weeks, he'd live in a new house. And then another. And then another. And as Rat sits at the end of the dock, his tiny child legs dangling off the side, he watches the ship, the monarch beyond the sea, disappear over the horizon. And standing over him is the shadow, fully Rat now. Hair buzzed, a crazed look in his eye, fangs, claws, and it says, "No one has ever needed you. Not once has someone fought for you, to stay with you. Your father sails, dead or alive. That's where he wants to be." And then it's going to try and bite Rat. And it falters.
Ooh.
It bites down on Rat, and its fangs pass through. And it seems puzzled, halted in its advance. Hayden, your turn.
I lean down to the little kid laying on the ground with his bag that's too big to carry and his knife that has a little too much symbolism wrapped around it. And
Just laden with metaphor.
I say, "Hey, brother, I'm here. I'm fighting for you. And you know what? It's not because I need you. There's no contract. There's no obligation. If I left you here, I'd struggle a bit, but life will continue on. I'm not here because I need you. I'm here because I want to be here for you. I am fighting, risking my life because I want to. You want to keep house? Let's go make a new house. And I scoop up this kid and I book it. I use full movement, full dash, run from this spirit. If I take an opportunity attack, I take it because I am cradling this kid. And I am running for the opening in the fabric of reality that Maggie has ripped with the horn.
You are running. Small rat in your arms. You said you were going to take the opportunity attack?
If an opportunity attack occurs, I want it to hit me.
Okay. 19.
19 hits.
That is 7 points of necrotic damage.
And as I run, I will use my bonus action to healing word rat.
Rat delves into your chest, buries his face, and begins weeping. Weeping for his father, weeping for his friends. And you run.
With a third level healing word, that's 10 health back.
There you go.
Rat looks a little better. He's sobbing, and you can't quite make out the words that he's saying right now. As you turn and duck down an alley in Eastern Threed. Long, long ago. Wyatt, you watch this woman get impaled by a javelin. The Bastion walks over, takes the javelin out, pops a healing potion, then turns to you and knocks his visor back down. What do you do?
Miss Salome, the big guy's back.
Alrighty, dear heart, I'll handle him. You just focus on the train, okay?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that these bastions aren't too wise.
Okay.
So Wyatt's going to hold out his hand at the bastion and just go, stop! And is going to cast Hold Person.
Okay.
And so he has to make
What is the...
a DC 16 saving throw. Wisdom.
Okay. That's another nat 20.
No, I don't like that face!
Oh, no! Oh, devastating.
The Bastion looks at you and says, no.
Salome, he's all yours. Then I run into the train back to block myself from the door, so I'm on the wall.
Yeah, just try to take out the boiler as fast as you can.
Okay.
Next in the order is Charlie. Charlie, I guess neither of you see where Charlie is. Next is the turning mill's turn. You hear it, and then it begins opening fire.
Okay.
You don't know who it's shooting at, and you don't know if it hit. Salome, it is your turn.
I walk out of the train.
Okay.
What is the situation? Is Portons up? Is Charlie up? Where's the Bastion?
The Bastion is directly ahead of you.
Okay.
He holds a bloody javelin in one hand and a massive tower shield in the other. You see the place where Portons was hiding. You see it riddled with holes. You do not see Portons. You do not see Charlie.
If they were behind it, would I see them?
No, you would not see them. You would not see them if they were hiding. So you don't know.
I think about Charlie asking us to trust them, saying that they want in on this. We gave them a healing potion. If Portons is down, Charlie can handle it. And so I decide to trust Charlie. Can I get to the Bastion this turn?
You can.
All right. I go up to the Bastion and say, well, I guess y'all decided not to leave well enough alone. If we can't get y'all to turn tail and run, then we'll kill every last one of you. And that is a 21 to hit and a 15 to hit.
On the 21, the Bastion takes his reaction to block, upping his AC by 3, which means both attacks fail.
And I just get ready to fight him.
And he says,
You will die trying. I live for this.
Darling, live or die, it doesn't matter what I do. This place will be here long after you and I are both gone. You think I mind dying for my home? I would do it 10 times over.
The Bastion is going to attack. On a critical failure,
Yes!
you're not sure what happens. The Bastion steps forward, javelin raised, to impale you. And he trips. He trips. His foot catches on something. And he slams into the ground.
Nice. Okay.
I mean, he uses his movement to get back up, but...
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
His first attack fails. That's another critical fail.
Yes!
I just rolled 2 nat 1s in a row. That's insane.
Yeah.
After 2 nat 20s in a row.
That's so good. That's so good.
He goes again, and you see what happens this time. A vine erupts from the ground, grabs his foot, and he, boom, slams down into the ground again.
Oh, honey, there ain't no way you're gonna win when the ground itself wants you gone.
He lays there snarling. Hayden, you are ducking down alleys. These were the alleys of Threed when you were alone. These were pre-Piper alleyways in Threed. And you run, and the city feels like it did when you were young. Looming, angry, and hateful. You run, roll a perception check.
13.
You scan the alley, and you do not know where the rip is. What do?
I take Rat to the place with the strongest connection between us. So I'll head for the Piper's Den.
Would you describe its entrance for me?
Yeah. I'm going to say that right on the edge of the nicer part of town, before things get seedier, there's a little candy shop where all of the more affluent children of Threed would tend to go. But off around the corner down that alleyway, there's a manhole cover that is a little busted up, which because it's busted up, it's a little less heavy. So smaller hands can more easily lift it up. And that is the entrance to the Piper's Lair.
You run. The entrance is busted up, as if it has always been busted up. Perhaps when the manhole cover was first laid here, it was busted up. You run. Rat is still in your arms.
Is there any sign of the shadow following us?
You roll a perception check.
17.
You hear... Not from the alleyway entrance, not from down the alleyway, but up. You look up, and on a fire escape above you is the shadow. And you see it, and a knife, red pommeled, hits you. That's a crit success.
Oh my god!
I'm not making this up. I don't know what is happening right now. This is
wild.
the most I've ever rolled.
It's crazy.
I want to take a picture, but just so I have proof.
Throw out your dice.
No, I'm keeping it. This is incredible. It crits against you. You take 19 points of piercing damage. 19 points of necrotic damage as this knife hits you square in the chest. And it feels real. It feels as if it were a real knife sticking out of your chest. And the shadow lands in front of you and says, "You can't outrun the truth. The darkness is in you too, Hayden. Shall I read you your sins.
Honey, we don't have that kind of time. Hayden reaches behind their back, quickly, but not painlessly, removes the dagger. Oh no. Looks like I got your little toy now. Rat, head on downstairs, get inside.
Rat stands at the manhole cover, not sure what to do. I believe it is your turn in the initiative.
Okay. This guy right here was, is, and continues to be the most important person in my life. The darkness is truth, but he's got a darkness that matches my own. I understand it better than I understand anything. If you want to cover him in that darkness, fine. Do it. But you gotta take both of us. And I will not stop fighting. And I run up and attempt to stab it right through the heart with the dagger.
With its dagger.
Yes. That's only a 12 to hit.
You run forward, and as you plunge the dagger into its heart, the dagger vanishes from your hand. And the shadow says, "You would kill me with me? No."
Okay, fine. Oldie but a goodie. Pull the crossbow back out. And fire again.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
7 damage.
Okay.
And I'll fire again.
Okay.
And that's a natural 20.
Whoa!
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
17 damage.
That's a good hit. These 2 crossbow bolts dig into its stomach. Does a 16 hit?
It exactly hits.
It rushes forward, plants the dagger back in the wound it started in, and then begins twisting it, and says, "You can't stop me. I will claim your soul. I will claim his soul. And I will claim the souls of those 2 sisters and that shitty little doctor. And they will all join the flame today." And as he says that, you see him freeze up. And you see a knife, red pommeled, yellow tasseled, digging into his back, carried by a weeping 8-year-old boy.
Buddy.
And Rat says, "I've had enough." There's a boom as the shadow disintegrates between you. And as it does, Rat drops his father's knife, and you understand what he's saying now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And with that, we will end our session.
Thank you so much for listening to episode 33 of Mage Hand High Five, The Badlands. Stay tuned right until the end for a promo from the Queer RPG podcast. Want to show your support for our show? Want to hear us talk more about it? Then check out our Patreon at patreon.com/magehandhighfive. For the tiniest little $5 a month, you can get all kinds of behind-the-scenes goodies, including a new episode coming next week to our bonus Patreon podcast, Mage Hand Down Low, where we do an interview with our composer, Jacob Kersner. You will not want to miss it. Come on over to patreon.com/magehandhighfive and check us out. Thanks to Jacob Kersner, our wonderful composer, for our music, and Shane Smith for our logo logo, and our cover art. Check out our website at www.magehandhighfive.com and look for us all across social media. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Blue Sky, and wherever else we may be. We're going to be there at Mage Hand High Five. Go to your podcatcher of choice and throw a 5-star review our way. They're just really nice and they help us, and it's nice to hear from you. So please just do it. It's great. You've been thinking about it? Do it. And now I'm going to shout out all of our subscribers over on Patreon. Deborah Jacobson, Jackson Moore, Ocarina Sonata, Talmaneer, Mad Jelly Cube, Sky Cow, Elephantasmal, Morgan Faber, Kathleen Ayers, Andrew, Trout Relief, Chronic Dreamer, Patrick Hickman, Debbie, Nathan Ritter, Chicken Too Tasty, Evan Noon, Avery Spar, A.M. Lovelies, Allison DeVovis, Das Carpenter, Diana Macon, Al Forrest Oakey, Liz Spar, Carrie Lee, Jonathan Gunn, Tyler Gardner, Elda Soul, Julata Pang, Laura, Al, Chloe Utley, and Sammy Richardson. Okay, gang, I'm getting too good at this, so y'all need to give me some real challenges. Get a whole bunch of new patrons down here. Come on. Tell your friends about the show. Tell your foes about the show. Tell your dog about the show and just, tell him I said hi and give him a little head pat and a snuggle from me. And when you do, use the hashtag MHH5. And hey, how about a high five?
Hey, you! You don't look familiar. First time in this part of the city? I see that sneer on your face. Better wipe it off before I do it for you. This is home. This is the best place you could ever want to be. Whether or not this is where you meant to end up, you found yourself on a rather fortuitous street. You see that corner building down there? 3 floors up. Lamplight Investigative Services. Friends of mine, you ask. Loaded words you're throwing around this evening. Good people is what they are, though. Not a single one of them will admit to being nice. Something about duty, yada yada. A bunch of BS if I do say so myself. Who am I? No need to worry your pretty little head about that. I'm sure my name will come up in time. But go. See for yourself, 3 floors up, gold-gilded sign. As for Mama, don't tell him I sent you. She'll know what to do.
All doors are just windows that we can't see through. You ever think about that?
We provide our patrons with anonymity.
Hello, this is Mama Amaretta speaking.
Lamplight Investigations, a thirsty sword lesbian's noir mystery. On Queer PG, every other Thursday.